Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
42-inch by 8-foot door that's going to pivot. Okay.
Yep, and it's going to offset probably about 8 to 10 inches.
So you mean you're going to move the point, the vertical axis of pivoting off the heel edge in 8 or 10 inches. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I was looking, I think it was one of your videos on the Rixson 370.
Okay.
Do you think that would be a suitable, or do you have another suggestion?
How heavy is the door?
Probably, it's going to be out of probably 8-inch steel skin, with a square tubing or rectangular tubing core. Probably 200 pounds, I would think.
I bet it's going to be a lot more than that. But as long as it doesn't exceed 400 or 500 pounds, that 370 would work splendidly.
Okay. I mean, have you done or been involved in any steel doors like that, or?
I would have to say I'm intimately familiar with the process.
Okay. So, in the thought process, I saw your review on the product, and I thought what I would do is mock up some probably 1.5-inch square or rectangular tubing, notch it out and build, prototype just sections for fitting the hinge, so that when I build the frame, then I can have everything recessed in and pre-drilled so it'll all fit flush. Is that typically what you do, or?
Most definitely is what you do. You cut the preparation into the wall of the steel. You're obviously going to have to custom manufacture some mounting brackets that you will weld in behind, and then drill and tap the holes in the proper locations and mechanically fasten them. Correct.
Okay. All right. I mean, is that the hinge that you would recommend, or do you have any other suggestions, or?
The answer is no to the first question. The caliber of the hinge is proper. Now, I would not deviate at all. I would just simply use the part number 0370 by ABH. It's identical in all aspects, with the exception of the cost. It's noticeably less expensive.
Okay. So that's your product?
No, it's not. It's just a different company.
Okay.
We don't manufacture any pivots, but I'm very partial to ABH for a number of reasons, and cannot justify the extra cost when all other factors are identical.
Okay, and how do I find that in your catalog? Oh, I just put in ABH, so it cuts.
No,
it got a whole.
Just type in.
Nope.
Yeah, just type in 0370.
0370.
The Rixson is great. You can't go wrong. But, why spend the extra, whatever it is, $40, $60? I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the difference is, but it's.
Yeah, it is. That actually maybe more, maybe $60, $70.
Yeah, there you go.
So, okay. What about on those kind of custom installations? Do you have recommendations, or do you have materials for door jambs or thresholds, or?
Door jamb? No, you're probably just going to custom fabricate something. Thresholds? Okay. Yes, I sell lots of thresholds.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm in Montana, so I really need to have a good weather seal.
Well,
situation.
I think that's going to be the Achilles heel of the installation, being center hung. How are you going, and kicking that pivot off point, how are you, in your mind's eye?
Right. Not sure. Some kind of rubber gasket, possibly, top and bottom?
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's going to really require some thoughts going into it, how you're going to treat all of that, because you've got, part of the door is going to swing in, part of the door is going to swing out.
Swing out, correct.
The area, at which you place your stops will be on different sides of the frame. You might, stagger, the short piece and then the long piece of the stop, and then try to weather seal it there. But inherently, you're going to be you're going to be lacking some coverage, certainly where the hardware attaches to the header. And this is going to be a primary residence entrance?
Yes.
Yeah, I've talked to people who have tried to weather strip center hung countless times. I'm not aware of an elegant solution to really make it proper. Plus, because it's center hung, you have to maintain a certain, you're going to be using square tube or rectangular tube. Because it's center hung, you're going to have to maintain a noticeable margin between the jamb and the end, or what would be the hinge style of the door. Because if it was wood, you would bullnose it, or you would radius the entire style to sink that margin, the gap between the door and the frame, down to 1/8 of an inch, or even a little bit less. But in your case, depending on the thickness, that margin could be 3/16 or 1/4 inch. That's going to be a problem. Imagine if you took your left hand and just, opened your hand up, like telling someone to stop, open your palm up, and then your right hand with your fist. Imagine trying to rotate that against your palm with the knuckles, on the top of your hand and where your fingers are halfway through. Imagine that distance that's going to have to exist to be able to get that door to rotate in both, at least in one direction. So that'll be the challenge there, getting that to be covered. You might get really creative with applying a bristle-type weather seal to the hinge jamb that has the retainer at like a 45-degree angle, so that when the door closes, it can press up against the face of that, and then do that on the opposite side as well, and stitch that material so that when you open that door, assuming it's single-acting, and you just want to center hang it to hide the hardware. Now, the problem is, if the door is going to be single-acting, then I think what you pick up in terms of aesthetics, you certainly lose in what you have to do to compensate to weather seal it. Is the door single-acting?
Basically, it will open to a 90 degrees.
Okay, in one direction only.
One direction.
Okay, so why don't you ditch the pivot idea and go with concealed hinges like Sauce? So if you were to enter if you were to enter the search term, top center of the website, type in the name Sauce, which is SOSS. Hit the space bar one time, and enter the number 220.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, these are like kind of like rabbit hinges, right?
No, but you can click on that top one and pull up the template for what's called the cut sheet, and you can get an idea of what that's going to look like. Now, they do make them for steel applications, so this isn't going to be the best one, but the concept is the hinges are utterly concealed when the door is closed. There's no special considerations because it will act almost identical to a butt hinge. And will allow you to weather strip the door like you would any other door.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, the visual of what I'm trying to accomplish is the way that when the door is open, to have that space, on either side, have the opening side and then have the back side, maybe, the opposite side of the door have, 6 to 8 inches opened. I think you know what I'm trying to accomplish, right?
No, I don't, actually.
No? Oh, okay. Well, you've probably seen photos of, what maybe I should do is find some reference material and then I could send it to you and we could discuss what your suggestions on materials are.
Yeah. My name is Richard and my email's under Contact Us in the upper right-hand corner. Just a sales email that's there.
All right. Let me do that and then I will get back to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.